Dylan, as a gesture of gratitude and payment, officially hires Ark to assist Arian in their mission to free more slaves. He also reveals the existence of a magic pool that may potentially cure Ark's skeletal appearance. However, the magic pool is located near the Lord Crown, a spirit tree found in the territory of the most dangerous dragons in the world, the Dragon Lords. Accepting the payment, Ark becomes curious about the true nature of his appearance and questions whether it is indeed a curse. Alone, he decides to experiment with a curse-breaking spell on himself, and is shocked when he successfully gives himself a human right hand, proving that his appearance is not an inherent curse. After Ark's failed attempt to break his curse, his hand reverts back to bone, confirming that his appearance is indeed cursed. Undeterred, Ark and Arian set out for the city of Olav on their mission to hunt down the slave-owning nobles. Along the way, they are warned by an innkeeper about haunted wolves that have been attacking travelers in the area. Meanwhile, Uriarna, one of the royal siblings from Olav, leaves the city to travel to Limbo. Arian considers hunting the haunted wolves as their fur can be used to make an excellent bridal veil, which she plans to gift to her sister Even. Determined to acquire the fur, they continue their journey. As anticipated, the wolves attack Ark and Arian. Ark notices that the pack leader is wearing a magic ring similar to the one found on the basilisk they encountered before. Realizing that these rings are influencing the behavior of monsters, Ark destroys the ring worn by the pack leader, breaking its trance-like state. The pack leader then leads the wolves away peacefully. However, their momentary respite is interrupted when Ponta, Ark's companion, senses danger and leads Ark to the site of an ambush. Uriarna's coach has been attacked, and Uriarna, her maid Ferna, and loyal guards have been killed by treacherous guards and assassins. The attackers turn their attention towards Ark, but his armor proves to be invulnerable to their weapons and magic. With unexpected assistance from the wolves, Ark manages to defeat most of the attackers. Using his powerful rejuvenation spell, Ark resurrects Uriarna, Ferna, and several loyal guards, secretly bringing them back to life. However, he keeps this act hidden from Arian, unsure of the morality surrounding the resurrection of the dead. Uriarna, in her half-conscious state, believes Ark to be an angel sent by God. Arriving in Olav, Ark and Arian witness a young woman expertly defeating a group of thugs. To Ark's surprise, he recognizes her as the cat-eared ninja whom he encountered before. The ninja introduces them as Chio, a ninja from the Jinshin clan. She approaches Ark and asks him how he knows about ninjas since the term ninja was created by their great founder, Hanzo. Ark realizes that Hanzo must be another Japanese person who arrived in this world and founded a ninja clan centuries ago. Shiom explains that she is searching for enslaved members of her species and requests their help. Arian, as Ark's employer, agrees to assist Shiom in her mission. Meanwhile, Dakers, suspecting a revenge plot against him, is furious that the haunted wolves failed to kill Uriarna. As a precaution, he is sent to a safe house by his subordinate Cetrian. Shiom devises a plan for Ark and Arian to attack the Etsat slave market in a conspicuous manner, thereby drawing the attention of the city guards. This distraction would enable Shiom to infiltrate the other slave markets unnoticed. To conceal Ark's unique armor, he wears a cloak and tribal mask to blend in. During their preparations, Shiom introduces Gomen, another ninja. Ark realizes that Hanzo named himself after Hattori Hanzo, and used the names of other famous ninjas as honorary titles. Gomen is a giant, as tall and powerful as Ark, and they instinctively challenge each other. However, upon realizing their equal strength, they become instant friends. Ark and Gomen initiate their attack on the market guards through the main entrance. They engage in friendly competition, trying to outdo each other. However, their enthusiasm leads them to inadvertently trigger a collapse, burying themselves under falling rocks. Meanwhile, Shiom and Arian prepare to launch their own attack from the rear, unaware of the situation with Ark and Gomen. Upon learning about the attack on the slave markets, Dakers sends soldiers to protect them. Arian and Shiom begin their mission of freeing the slaves while battling the guards. Meanwhile, Gomen stays behind to hold off the reinforcements, allowing Ark to join Arian and Shiom. The trio encounters the beast people who are easily liberated. However, they also discover a cell filled with dead slaves who were deemed unsellable due to being too old, injured, or sick. Ark uses his teleportation ability to transport the surviving slaves to safety. Once reunited with Gomen, they launch a fierce assault on the soldiers and completely destroy the slave market. After the destruction, Ark and Gomen gather the corpses of the deceased slaves for a proper funeral, honoring their lives. Shiom, driven by the tragedy they witnessed, vows to further refine her skills in order to save even more people in the future. In a shocking turn of events, Cetrian murders Dakers, revealing that he was working for Sect all along. Sect, wanting to eliminate his competition for the throne of Roten, frames Dakers for the apparent murder of Uriarna, positioning himself as the sole heir. Meanwhile, Uriarna arrives in Limbo and learns of Dakar's death from Siriarna. Realizing that Sect may have plotted her murder as well, she decides to keep her survival a secret for the time being. Chiom reveals to Arian that Dakar was involved in sending elf slaves to the Holy Rivlon Empire. In light of this revelation, Arian and Ark decide to travel there immediately to uncover more information and put an end to the slave trade. In the capital city of the Holy Rivlon Empire, Emperor Domitianus is impressed by Sect's accomplishments in eliminating both Dakars and Uriarna. However, he is surprised to learn that someone has destroyed the rings he had sent Dakars to control the wolves and basilisks. Domitianus's subordinate confirms that Fumba, the Empire's agent, is still working to destabilize Roten. In the desert beyond Roten, Fumba observes with a sinister expression as worm-like monsters emerge from the sand, capturing and devouring flying wyverns. Ark and Arian make their way to a village located on the outskirts of the desert. During their journey, they encounter a flock of wyverns, leading to an electrifying encounter. Upon reaching the village, Ark notices that Arian seems unusually nervous. She reveals that the slave trade in elves is legal in the Holy Rivlon Empire, which worries her as they plan to travel there. In the village tavern, they meet an elf named Karsi Held, who introduces himself as a monster researcher. He is able to coexist with the villagers and earn a living by studying monsters. Karsi asks for Ark's assistance in capturing difficult monsters and offers a map of the Holy Rivlon Empire as payment. Arian struggles with the concept of coexistence between humans and elves, and later that evening, while enjoying a cask of wine in their room, Ark discovers that Arian is both a lightweight and a bad drunk. Unfortunately, her intoxicated behavior leads the villagers to believe that she and Ark had engaged in intimate activities all night, further complicating their situation. The next morning, Arian is furious upon learning about the villagers' misconceptions, and her hangover combined with travel sickness adds to her frustration. Karsi proposes a plan to capture a sandworm using goblin carcasses as bait. However, they are suddenly attacked by a significantly larger worm, which has grown unnaturally large. Ark is the only one strong enough to defeat it. During the battle, they notice that the sandworm possesses a ring similar to the ones they encountered before. However, upon the worm's defeat, the ring shatters and disappears. Karsi reveals that he once harbored hatred toward humans but eventually learned to care for them. He shares his experience of falling in love with an elven woman, who is now the wife of a human lord in the Lambert Duchy, whom he rescued from slavery. Fumba has been feeding the worms and other monsters with slaves and kidnapped villagers on behalf of Emperor Domitianus, contributing to their dangerous size. Ark, Arian, and Ponto arrive at the border town of Kasek in search of the captured elves. They decide to split up to gather information, and Ark learns about strange cries heard at night coming from an eastern fortress, as well as the mysterious disappearances of people in the area. While on his way to meet up with Arian, Ark rescues a street girl from 3 kidnappers. However, the girl's gratefulness and her clinging to Ark don't sit well with Arian. The failed kidnappers were actually working for Fumba, who collects food for his controlled monsters. As punishment, Fumba feeds the kidnappers his giant white tiger monster. Meanwhile, Arian discovers that the captured elves were brought to the fortress 4 months ago. Determined to find them, she insists on investigating the fortress. Sneaking in with Ark, they discover a secret passageway that leads them to an underground chamber where they confront Fumba. Suddenly, Arian, under the influence of a bewitching spell, attacks Ark, believing she is training with her sister Even. Ark notices an imp hidden inside Arian's cloak hood and quickly realizes it is the source of the control over her. With Ponta's help, he removes the imp and destroys it, freeing Arian from its influence. Fumba, a Razambania monster sorcerer capable of controlling monsters, reveals that most of the captured elves were used in the Empire's magic experiments, while the remaining ones served as food for his monstrous pet. Enraged by this revelation, Ark swiftly kills the white tiger monster, prompting Fumba to command his other controlled monsters to attack. Ark easily dispatches the monsters in battle, but when an ogre threatens the unconscious Arian, Chiom, the Jinshin ninja, arrives just in time. Using her water ninjutsu, Chiom overcomes the ogre and informs Fumba that the other Jinshin ninja has already dealt with his remaining monsters. Suddenly, the ground begins to shake, and Fumba flees, revealing that his greatest monster has awakened. Ark teleports everyone outside, where they come face to face with a formidable 5-headed Hydra. The Hydra attacks Ark, Arian, and Chiom with its fiery breath. Fumba, witnessing the attack, assumes that they have been destroyed and orders the Hydra to destroy the town of Kasek. However, Ark uses his holy shield to protect everyone from the flames. In a flashback, it is revealed that Fumba left his clan and joined Emperor Damashina's service after being deemed undisciplined and weak by his clan elders. Meanwhile, Arian, even under the influence of the bewitching spell, was aware of Fumba's plans and the fate of the captured elves, further fueling her determination to destroy him. The group splits up, with Arian and Chium pursuing Fumba, while Ark stays behind to confront the Hydra. Ark summons the infernal demon Ifrit to battle the monstrous creature. As Arian and Chium catch up with Fumba, Arian taunts him, exploiting his personal weakness. When Fumba attacks Arian in a fit of anger, Chium damages his magical body markings, which allow him to control monsters. Arian, wielding her fiery sword, destroys Fumba's whip, and the flames consume him. Meanwhile, Ark, with the help of Ifrit, damages the Hydra during their intense battle. Eventually, Ark flings the weakened Hydra into the air, and Ifrit obliterates it with its powerful flames. In another storyline, Princess Uriarna meets with Elven Elders Dylan and Lord Fangus. They agree that the Rodent Kingdom will take responsibility for the crimes against the elves, locate the missing and enslaved elves, and defend elven territories. In return, the elves will support Uriarna in her bid for succession to the Rodent throne. Upon learning this news, Arian feels uneasy and uncertain about the future. However, Ark and Chium reassure her and remind her of the bond they share as friends. Meanwhile, Sect is disturbed by the news of Uriarna's survival and successful negotiation with the elves. Uriarna contemplates her own destiny after her miraculous revival, while Damascinus learns about the destruction of Fumba and his controlled monsters. Additionally, Chium sees Ark's unhelmeted face for the first time, deepening their connection. Finally, Ark decides to continue his travels with his friends, embarking on new adventures and facing the challenges that lie ahead.